All right. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit a button and I told it, no, I don't want to leave the page. And it made me leave the page and that completely ended the stream. My apologies. Holy crap. My computer tonight is testing my impatience. Hey, Bit. Alter was here. I actually did start this and I was going for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom! Hi, Alter, welcome back. I apologize. I pushed a button. I went to close out a pop up that came up, and all of a sudden, I accidentally hit to go to an online course thing that I had bookmarked, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, do you want to leave the page? I click no, and it takes me away from the fucking page. Ugh. So needless to say, I'm probably just gonna delete that first one or just keep that and go, yeah, that's how my yeah, that's how my day's going. This is how my day this is how my week has been going, basically. It has just been one lovely shit show after another this week. But yeah, that was loads of fun. Loads of and fun. Probably, for the Sega games, probably. And Alter, I did see your last question, after I got back after I hit the back button. Am I ready for summer? No, because I'm gonna end up working, I'm pretty sure, like, almost 30 to 36 hours, or maybe 30 to well, 30 of maybe like 35, 36 hours a week, I think, because we have no college kids. And of course, they keep shoving me on the screwed up. My schedule keeps shifting week from week. This week, I'm working all second shifts. Like I got to be at work at 2 o'clock, and I'm work clock on Tuesday. Then Wednesday and Thursday, it's 2 to 8. An hour of which on Wednesday I have to do training, which I think is going to be sensitivity training because of an issue with my one coworker. So it's going to be a fun week, and it's already starting. Probably an R-rated King Kong horror movie could work. I wouldn't doubt it. It would be something I think to like Cloverfield in a way. So it could work, but at the same time, how would it work? I mean, are you going like Kong Skull Island, or is it just going to be like King Kong in general? Because I'm kind of thinking yes, but at the same time, I'm kind of thinking no. Yeah, I'm thinking it could work, but like I said, it'd probably be more like Cloverfield. And yeah. So it'd be like just King Kong or Kong Skull, as you're saying both. All right, well that makes sense, but still, it's meh. I really don't know. Well, no, because then that would indicate that you were on Skull Island to start off with. So how did you get to Skull Island? See, there kind of in lies the issue. That would be something like if there's a sequel. Oh, a sequel is Escape from Skull Island because now we're stuck on Skull Island. Have that be like the climax at the end of the movie and have it be bait for a sequel. I have no idea who could direct that. I have given up trying to figure out who could direct Diddly Squat anymore, mostly because I stopped giving a crap trying to figure it out. I hope you get through it too, 8-bit. I've been having issues dealing with my mental side myself lately, so trust me, it's no picnic, especially when a majority of your friends are always busy. You can't talk with them, you can't shoot the shit with them. And when you need somebody to talk to or just somebody to kind of like bounce ideas off of, you're by yourself. And believe me, it's not pleasant at all. Like, it sucks. Oh, does it suck when you're like by yourself and you're trying to you want to like bounce ideas off of somebody, but you're by yourself. And it's like, no, I need somebody to bounce ideas off of, and bouncing them off yourself doesn't help. So trust me, I know where you're coming from with that. Way better than you know. I know where you're coming from. Trust me. I think I really don't want like a lot of Rob Zombie stuff because then I'm kind of afraid that we're gonna overuse it, and then he's gonna like burn out and be like, okay, well, Rob Zombie's no good. Now who do we pick? I kind of foresee that being an issue down the road, but yeah. Well, I got some fun news though this week. So I get a text from my mom on Monday while I'm at work. She goes, she has two surprises in the house. And I got done at work at 4 o'clock on Monday. I come home, I'm like, I wonder what's in the house that I'm so surprised. It's a surprise. Turns out the local neighborhood cats. Oh, you're gonna love this. So the one neighborhood cat decided to drop two kittens off on our front door. Cute as hell kittens, though they are starting to bite now. So we brought them in, and my mom put them in a box, and we're looking at them like, now what the fuck do we do with these? And I'm like, I don't have a clue. So we called a friend of ours that's a cat. She is a cat nut. And we're taking care of them. We had the mom cat in for the night. She took a giant cat-sized crap right in front of my door, like Monday night into Tuesday morning. I open up the front door to let my mom out to go to the laundromat, and the cat ran right out the door and has not come back since. So we're now taking care of two kittens, which is fun. They are climbing, they are just everywhere. Cute as hell, but annoying. But they are cute as hell. No, I have not checked out Baji yet. I don't even know what Baji is, but no, I did not check it out yet. This week, I have not gotten any chance to do much of anything this week. I worked 8 to 4 on Monday. When I came home Monday, it was we had the cats, we had two kittens we had to take care of and try to figure out what to do. Tuesday morning, because we had the mom cat in Monday night, and I was concerned about her like getting stuck in a corner somewhere because our house is not exactly cat safe and cat set up yet. And it's like, okay. But Tuesday I worked 4 to 10. Wednesday I worked 9 to 5, and Thursday I worked 8 to 4. And I was just tired after each one of those shifts. Wednesday I tried to do I did record a gameplay for my other channel, but I didn't put it up yet. And basically Thursday I was just no. I didn't want to do I wanted to do some stuff, but I didn't want to do anything. And I was just like, nope. And yesterday was just I did some exercise last night. I didn't get to bed till like almost midnight. So yeah, no. I have not done much of anything. So I haven't gotten to check anything out. I have seen clips of the Sam and Max cartoon because I used to watch the Poker Night game, like gameplay of Poker Night and Poker Night 2. And that was one of the things that is they had Sam was in the first, no, Max was in the first one, and Sam was in the second one. And because I was watching that, YouTube's algorithm was like, oh, you want to watch, oh, you'll like this. And it recommended a couple of the Sam and Max cartoons. So I have seen some. Yeah, you told me about that crossover last week between Kung Fu Panda and the Crow. You were telling me about that last week. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Favorite Sega game. I did not play that much Sega, unfortunately. So, first ever game console I owned was a Game Boy Advance. Second one I ever owned was a GameCube. So, like the first console that I owned was a GameCube. The first handheld console I owned was a Game Boy Advance. I did not have Sega stuff. I did not have any of that. I had like no Sega stuff when I was a kid. Yeah, and there was also a Sam and Max game too. There was like a huge thing. There was a Sam and Max, like a noir game. Well, that's good. You had a great Saturday. I kind of had an interesting one. So I had to run back to Walmart, pick up, because now we make pizza every Friday. Okay. That has been a thing that we have done. Every Friday we make pizza. I mean, like homemade pizza. We have a bread machine. We make the dough in the bread machine. Every Friday we make pizza. Even if I get a full-time job and I'm working like 9 to 5 on a um Friday, we'll still make pizza because my mom knows how to fix the dough up. The issue we had was getting the dough nice and flat, getting it, nice where it's not all lumpy. I'm like, we got to get a rolling pin. I scoured Walmart. I shit you not. I scoured Walmart in the home improvement section, in the appliance section. I looked all over the place for a rolling pin. Finally, I looked at my mom. I said, look, you find one that you like. You pull it up. You tell me where it is in the store, what part of the store it's in. I will go pick it up. I told her this was yesterday. I said, I will literally drive in there tomorrow and get it. She did. I wasn't bluffing. I drove right in and got it. So we now have a rolling pin. I also wanted to get a blender because I want to make a milkshake again. But, and I can't believe I'm going to utter these words, Walmart was sold out of the blender I wanted. So now I have this little like magic bullet discount blender, which is fine. I'm actually now debating running down and getting yeah, it's okay. I'm debating if I want to run down and get a thing of ice cream quick tomorrow and then stop and get money out on Monday to get gas because I have enough for gas yet. So I'm kind of debating that because I really want to make a milkshake. I really, really, really want a milkshake. Because I'm not going to be eating dinner, really eating for the next 4 days, at least Monday through Thursday this week. I'm not going to be eating. So it's like, I really want a milkshake. Like before I go on this, I really want a milkshake. But yeah. I used to play the GameCube. I never owned a Wii because I had my GameCube. I was content with my GameCube 100%. Like the Wii did not thrill me. I love the GameCube. I had a crap ton of games for that. Zoids Battle Legends, Custom Robo, Gotcha Force, Call of Duty, Big Red 1, Digimon World 4. I had a decent set of games for my GameCube. I loved my GameCube. But I just did not, like, the Wii did not thrill me. I mostly just have emulators at this point. Yeah, I still own a DS, but I don't have a lot of DS games, but I have an emulator. Like, I have an entire PC that's just set up for emulation. Like, I have SNES on it, GameCube on it, PlayStation 2. I think there's an N64 one on there, but I don't think I have any games yet for it on it. But yeah, I'm just 100% emulation because a lot of those games are harder to get. A lot of the good ones are expensive to get. And the ironic part is that, okay, yes, a lot of people say that it's wrong and immoral to like download the ROMs. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but if say I want to get a copy of Earthbound, I'm not spending almost $700-800 for a copy of Earthbound when I can just get the ROM and play it on an emulator. It's basically what the what was it? The SNES Mini is basically just it's a 3D printed shell with an emulator. That's why PlayStation did that with the Mini PS1 and screwed the pooch on it. Like I said, it's okay, but I repeat myself too sometimes. So you were perfectly fine. Yes, Chuck, I did have a piggy bank as a child, though I was unfortunately I was the type of person that I did not save money. Like if I ever got $5, I wanted to go spend it. I was never the type of person to really like hold on to money. If I would have been, I probably would have a fortune by now. And I'm keeping an eye out my window. We just had a nice little thunderstorm a little bit ago. Like about 6:30, like about 6:30ish, we had a nice thunderstorm. After like a good 2 weeks of bright sun, yeah. I have not seen the Tetris biopic. Again, I have not seen much of anything lately. I think I made that perfectly clear earlier. I did not get to see much of anything lately. I hold on to mine now too because I'm poor. I have like $2,000 to my name. That's freaking it. It's not a hell of a lot of money. I hold on to mine too. The problem is that I'd like to, do more. I'd like to make more so that I can enjoy myself. But yeah, no. An R-rated Hercules would work, period. Because you couldn't make it a comedy. I mean, okay, there are R-rated comedies, but I don't think that an R-rated Hercules one would work because you'd have to make it like a parody of something. And I don't see it working. No, I don't think an R-rated Pokemon series would work either. I mean, as far as a movie goes, take away the cute and cuddliness of Detective Pikachu, and there's your R-rated Pokemon movie. Hell, Mr. Mime and Ludicolo alone are enough to freak you out. I knew that. I knew about the Beethoven cartoon. That I knew. Hey, there was also a Harry and the Hendersons TV show based off the movie. Only lasted for like I think 1 or 2 seasons, and that was it. And it was ceremoniously put down. I remember that. But there was a video that I watched a while back, like the weird pilot shows that never took off, and there was a couple of them on there that I'm kind of glad they didn't take off. Like there was one that was based on like Bates Motel. All right, there we go. Now I finally got it. There's one that was like based on Bates Motel. There was one about a cop that got turned into a dog. There was a one about like a lawyer that goes around at night pretending he's a samurai. That was weird. Favorite dog character and my thoughts. That is a good question. Not exactly a huge fan of Brian Griffin. I did not like Tough Puppy. Santa's Little Helper is pretty much comic relief. I really don't have an answer for that. I really don't. Yeah, see, I don't really read Judy Blume books. I never liked them. Yo, Common Rider! What is up? What is hanging? Yeah, you missed it earlier. I actually had like a little I had a glitch in the Matrix. I accidentally ended the stream after like 5 minutes because I clicked the button on my bookmarks by accident, and I told it, no, I don't want to go to that page, and it took me to the page anyway. So that was fun. Yeah, the thing was, I was never really a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. That's my mom and I have a friend that she is a huge Scooby-Doo nut. I mean, hell, she even based her email username off of Scooby-Doo. I'm not saying what it is. It's Scooby-Doo related. It's not Scooby-Doo itself. It's Scooby-Doo related. But yeah, I was just never a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. I like the pup named Scooby-Doo, but I don't know why. I did not like the original, but I liked the pup named Scooby Doo. I could stand the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo, but for some reason, I just was not a huge fan of Scooby Doo. I never was. And I was exposed to it a lot. That much I know is that there is way more than three. I mean, way more than three. Hold on. There we go. List of Scooby Doo media. That's what I'm looking for. There has been a way more than three. Oh my God, no. Even I know that much because there's like a few watchwords with my one friend, and if you ever say Scrappy Doo is the best, she will drop kick you. She hates that little bastard with a passion. Oh my God, no, there is way more. Okay, so like looking at the Scooby Doo stuff here, you have these are all the television series. So you had Scooby Doo, Where Are You? It ran from 69 to 70 with 25 episodes on CBS. And then the new Scooby Doo movies ran from 72 to 73, 24 1 hour long episodes. Wow, that's pathetic. You had the Scooby Doo show from 67 to 68. Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo from 79 to 80, which really pissed off people. And then again in 80 and 82 because, hey, why not? 33 episodes and 99 segments. That's even worse. Then you have the Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo show, which ran from 83 to 84, which is even worse. 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo was in 85. That's one I can tolerate. Ironically, 13 episodes. So like I said, I can tolerate it. A Pup Named Scooby Doo, which ran from 88 to 91. That's one I remember watching because I grew up on that one a lot as a kid. Then let's see here. What's New Scooby Doo, which ran from 2002 to 2006. Ironic, though, that that's the one that it took them that long to make another Scooby Doo series, but I remember that being on Kids WB. Then Shaggy and Scooby Doo Get a Clue ran from 06 to 08. Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated from 2010 to 2013 on Cartoon Network. Then Be Cool Scooby Doo from 2015 to 2018. Scooby Doo and Guess Who from 2019 to 2021. And we have Velma, which is currently hated by everybody. But as for crossover specials, okay, it's like I said, there's way more than three. Way more than three. Way more than three. So, crossover specials, you have Everyone Hyde, HYDE, which was in 1976. Crossover was part of a Dynomutt Dog Wonder. And you also had What Now Lowbrow and The Wizard of Ooze. All three of those came out in 76. All three of them were crossover with Dynomutt. Bravo Doobie Doo was in 97. That was crossing over with Johnny Bravo. Shaggy Busted was a crossover with Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. I remember that one. That was a funny episode. There was a Batman Brave and the Bold crossover in 2011 named Batmite Presents Batman's Scariest Cases. Then you had Downton Shaggy, which was a Mad crossover in 2013. Scooby Natural was a crossover with Supernatural in March of 2018. They crossed over with OKKO Let's Be Friends called Monster Party in 2018. And in 2019, they had Cartoon Feud when they crossed over with Teen Titans Go. Yeah. So I'll remember that. As for like animated films, again, there's been a lot. There's like a bunch of them in the 80s and early 90s. We had Scooby-Doo Meets the Boo Brothers in 87. Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School in 88. That one I actually remember seeing. Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf in 88. Scooby-Doo in Arabian Nights in 94, and then direct to video films. Here's where we're going to get into a crap ton. There's like 37 of these. So like I said, there's way more than 3. There's Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire, Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico, Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster, Aloha Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo and Where Is My Mummy, Scooby-Doo Pirate Ahoy, Chill Out Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King, Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword, Scooby-Doo and the Abracadabra-Doo. Oh, God. Scooby-Doo Camp Scare, Scooby-Doo Legend of the Plantosaur, Scooby-Doo Music of the Vampire, Big Top Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Mask of the Blue Falcon, Scooby-Doo Adventures, The Mystery Map, Scooby-Doo Stage Fright, Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery, Scooby-Doo Franken-Creepy, Scooby-Doo Moon Monster Madness, Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery. Oh, God, this is getting worse. Scooby-Doo Haunted Hollywood, Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon, Scooby-Doo Shaggy Showdown, Lego Scooby-Doo Blowout Beach Bash, Scooby-Doo and Batman the Brave and the Bold, Scooby-Doo and the Gourmet Ghost, Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13 Ghosts. Wow. Oh, sorry, the 13th Ghost. Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island, Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo and the Sword of the Scoob. Oh, God. Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog and Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. So, yeah, there's been a lot of these. There's also the 2 unreleased ones we had, Scoob Holiday Haunt and Scoob and Crypto 2, both of which were canceled because of, you guessed it, HBO letting people go. You also had those 2 live-action Scooby-Doo movies of Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Then there were action television films, Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins and Scooby-Doo Curse of Lake Monster. And then the live-action directed video film, Daphne and Velma. Yeah, who remembers that? As far as TV specials go, Scooby Goes Hollywood, the Scooby-Doo Project, which was actually kind of funny. It was like a whole bunch of clips that were put together for one special Scooby-Doo marathon, Scooby-Doo and the Scooby-Doo Courage the Cowardly Dog, Night of the Living Doo, Lego Scooby-Doo, Nighttime Terror, and Where Are You Now? And it just keeps going on. So yeah, there's way more than 3. Way more than 3. My favorite action movie, I like Escape Plan. I thought that was really good because he did kind of make the comment. He goes, "When I leave this place, I'm going to burn it to the ground on my way out." And he kept that promise. By God, he kept that promise. I did like that movie. But yeah, I like a few action movies, but that's one that I like the most. Yes, I was into Ed, Edd n Eddy. I did watch that show a lot. Somebody had a thing up online years ago, like they had reimagined what Ed, Edd n Eddy would look like in the newer Cartoon Network style. And I actually dig that. Like, I could see that working as an actual series. Like, you could reboot it in the current Cartoon Network design format, and it would work, and I would be all for it. Yeah, everybody hates the Velma show. I hate the Velma show. I didn't even watch the Velma show. I just watched a couple clips of it, and no, I hate the Velma show. What is that? I hate the Velma show. What does that tell you? I hate it. I saw a few of them, but like I said, Scooby Doo wasn't exactly my favorite character. So yeah. Yeah, that was part of their anniversary when Cartoon Network, I think, turned like 30 years old. They had a massive anniversary where like a whole bunch of the cartoons were all honored. And that was when they were honored. It was an OKKO special because there was an inside joke that not a lot of people got, but I did from the clip that I saw, where Raven's about to go to the Teen Titans universe and all of a sudden stops herself and changes it to Teen Titans Go and goes, okay, that's better. It's like, yeah, even you admit that your show's inferior to the actually good ones. Like, oh, I'm not going to go to the good one and fuck that up. No, I'm going to go to my reality. But yeah, I do remember that massive collaboration. That was beautiful. And then they go and cancel OKKO anyway. Like 2 months after that, it was canceled. Like 2 or 3 months after that, got canceled. And I was like, yep, sounds about right. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Kiss. Let me be completely fair here. So now, if I would be on that Family Guy episode where Peter and Lois were going crazy about Kiss talk, they were listening to a public access show, and they went to a Kiss concert, and Lois was like, and have a very nice day, just kind of like killed the mood. And then Peter found out that she banged Kiss, and that's why she liked it. Yeah. I at least know the song I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. That's the only Kiss song I know. Like, if you would cut, honest to God, if you would come up to me and say, name 5 Kiss songs, I can give you one and only one because it's the only song I know that Kiss does. I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. That's the only Kiss song I know. That is it. And the only reason I know that was because there was an old show on Nickelodeon called Kablam. Kablam was a really good show. I loved it when I was a kid. I still love it as an adult. And the best thing about it, there was an episode, there was a series in that show called Action League Now, where you had like a whole bunch of action figures that were, they're like discount Avengers. Like when this is basically the A, B, and C teams are all gone. You're pretty much at the Z team for the Avengers. This is like the Z team. And it was really good, but there was like a 2-part episode where a dog just like completely destroyed everything. And normally the episodes wrap up in one Kablam episode, but this one took the space of 2 Kablam episodes to solve, like to finish up. And the whole thing was there was a Kiss thing that was happening. Pretty sure it was the same one, but I know Kiss basically guest starred. There was like Kiss action figures that were in the show. And they sang the song, I Want to Rock and Roll All Night and Party Every Day. That is the only Kiss song I know, and that's the only reason I know that song. So, yeah. I don't know. I do not know Kiss outside of that one song. That is it. I'm sorry to say it. I've seen a lot of those. I'm going to have to check that one out, though. But I've seen like a lot of those because there was one somebody did like Rick and Morty in the style of anime. There was oh god, what was it? Somebody did like Powerpuff Girls one, and then I remember seeing the comments. Somebody goes, "You know that there was a Powerpuff Girls anime?" And the person's like, "No, there wasn't." Yes, there was. Powerpuff Girls Z was technically a thing, but yeah, there was a whole slew of that. But I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeah, it was the OKKO special was basically for Cartoon Network's, I think it was their 30th anniversary. Don't quote me on it, but I want to say 30th anniversary. And they were like, yeah, we're going to do something special. And a lot of people were pissed off because they didn't really because they said that every cartoon was going to be paid homage. And they barely did it. Most of it was basically a quick clip of the main character of the special, like going through all of the different characters just to throw a single punch. Like you saw Double D for a second. Saw like I think there's like a whole bunch of other ones, and it was just a pain in the ass. But it just annoyed me that that was what we had gotten for an anniversary. It was okay, but at the same time wasn't good because you had like Uncle Grandpa was in it. I know Steven Universe was featured in it because Garnet was there. You had Teen Titans Go because Raven was there. But yeah, it was basically just meh at best. It was okay, but I feel like if you would have just said this is a standalone episode I would have been like, okay, that's fine. This was okay for a standalone episode. When you're selling this as the anniversary special for your own network, you could have done better. It was okay, but it wasn't great. Bye, Alter. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I got disconnected earlier. I do apologize for that. The Wishology trilogy. That was Timmy Turner. Oh yeah. I remember that. The Wishology. Okay, I remember that. I try to block a lot of Fairly Odd Parents down from my mind because I don't want to remember Chloe. So I try to forget Fairly Odd Parents existed because I don't want to remember Chloe. Chloe was the thing that still haunts my nightmares at night. That's why I said I would love to see a reboot of Danny Phantom or like a continuation of Danny Phantom. Just keep Butch Hartman away from it. I should do a rant video on that. Like, I want a Danny Phantom reboot. Yo, you know what? I think I will do like a live rant video on that when I'm done with this. Because I did do one live rant video right after Once and Always came out for Power Rangers. And I might do another one. I kind of like that. It's just live. Simple, easy to do. I might do another one of those because I do like doing that. By the way, anybody check out that live rant video? Just out of curiosity. Because I don't remember like getting any comments or anything on it afterwards. And I keep forgetting to like check that. I should probably check that. Like, did anybody actually like check out that? Like, anybody check that out? Yeah, I have nothing. I love that. I'm actually like live in my own thing, but I'm just kind of curious. There we go. YouTube Studio. It's a toss-up actually. I have a few. I do go on Twitter yet because that's how I'm keeping up with my friends to a point. Like the one that I kind of told my feelings about, but we're still friends. So I still go on Twitter to make sure she's okay. So there's that. But like favorite websites, it varies. Basically, I mean, I go on YouTube more than anything, but it varies basically. Like I don't have any that I purposely go on all the time anymore, save for Twitter. But yeah, it varies tremendously. Yeah, I want to check that out. I keep forgetting about that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't believe that actually they crapped out on me and I accidentally hit that button. I was like, damn it, I can't believe I did that. Okay, got 103 views. I did that on April 19th when it came out. I streamed it. I was like 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and it is officially like 103 views. So okay, it didn't do that bad. All right, and I streamed earlier for 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Okay, so I wasn't that bad. So yeah. Yeah, I'm usually on Facebook, but to be fair, most of the stuff I go on to is on my tablet. So it's just I go on Chrome, I quick go into there just to check stuff. I use Facebook to message something to my mom. I show her I take a screenshot of my schedule every week and send it to her so she's keeping track of when I work. A couple of my friends are on there that I can talk to. I do go on Discord, DeviantArt, eBay, Twitter, stuff like that. YouTube though is where I like spend most of my time. Although I want to try to get back into doing like Canvas stuff and try to get some Etsy stuff put up so I can get some more stuff to sell on Etsy because I really, really, really want that to start picking up so I can get a better source of income because I really want to stop working my goddamn job. I want to be able to do something from home. And like, I have a spring store that's got a bunch of t-shirt designs. I have Etsy that's got a whole bunch of stuff up on it, but I've had like 2 sales on Etsy since I opened it last year. And yeah, like literally, tomorrow will be a month. Sorry, tomorrow will be 1 month until I've hit my 1 year on Etsy, and I've had 2, count them, 2 sales. Yeah, that's kind of pathetic. Okay, I don't mean to sound cynical here, 8-bit, but I don't see that working because Batman is really, really, really cold-hearted in a way. There was the episode of Justice League Unlimited where he was really like, you could tell he was broken with Ace when she died. But yeah, I don't see that working. Unless it's Batman Beyond. Like if you're doing the Batman Beyond like Terry McGinnis, that I could see working, maybe. I don't mind fan fictions. There's somehow like years ago, somebody thought that I said that I hated fan fictions. I don't hate them. It's just that I take them with a grain of salt. Because to be fair, like I have read a lot of fan fictions. There's a couple YouTube channels I watch that are basically fans doing fan fictions of some anime series. Like they will put a manga form of an anime or a manga that exists, and they will do like, oh, here's a fan fiction of it. I've been watching videos on those. They're not bad, but again, I take it with a grain of salt. That's just me. That's just me. I take them with a grain of salt. So. Figure out what to make. I gotta figure out what to make for lunch tomorrow. I actually do like nighttime. See, the thing was, last year at this time, because ironically, I'm like 4 days away from hitting the 1 year mark when I was actually fired from a job. They let me go, and it was a year. It was on the 7th of June that I was let go after I started on the 16th of May. At that point in time, I was getting up at 2:00 in the morning. Like I would be going to bed at 8:00, like 8:30. I'd be in bed. I'd be up at like 2:30, like 2:30 in the morning, and that's when I would start my day. And I would do stuff from like 2:30 in the morning straight through till 8:00 at night. And when I had my full-time job, I was like 2:30 in the morning, I'm up. I was helping out the fire company, taking care of their stuff really early in the morning. Then I would walk up to work, do my 8-hour job there, come back home, eat dinner, then check my email stuff, watch a couple YouTube videos and go to sleep, and then start the whole thing over again. Then when they let me go, that basically really screwed me up. And after leaving the fire company in December, I don't have to get up at 2:30 in the morning anymore. So now I pretty much sleep till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But to be fair, I'm up to like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And I get up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. So it's not all that bad. There is a difference that gets made, but still, it's a pain in the ass. But I do kind of like the nighttime. It's a little more quiet, but there isn't anything to do. I did have an overnight job for like one night. It was a one-night temp job. Now, that job I hated with a passion. But to be fair, it was sorting mail. That was why I didn't like it. It was sorting mail. I got yelled at in Spanish. I was basically told that I'm not moving fast enough. The one supervisor came by 3 times that night and kept screaming at me for just some weird shit. And yeah, we know you despise overnights. Yeah, I do, but the thing is, I'd be willing to take an overnight job because I mean, there's a convenience store like 2 miles from me. I have put in an application there more times than I care to count. I would be willing to work overnights there just so I could have some goddamn time during the day. Like I could sleep at night, like I sleep in the afternoon, but I would not mind having like a job working out there because it's like 2 miles from me. It's like I don't mind the idea of it, but it's got to be something that I'm gonna like doing. When I was doing the overnights when I worked at Five Below, it was we're under the gun. It's the holidays. It was freezing cold during the day. There was no way I could get any sleep. I was having a hard time getting sleep because we had the neighbors over here throwing fits. That was an entire issue in itself because it was like a Sunday. I was exhausted because all the neighbors did over here. Because like this window over here, like you can see, you can see this window. That next door is an apartment building. And all the neighbors were doing that entire Sunday afternoon were bitching, yelling, and complaining. And I had to go to work that night. And my supervisor, I'm yawning. I am tired. I barely got any sleep. I chugged a freaking 2 liter of soda to give me a caffeine boost before I came into work. And she's just like, well, I don't know why you're so tired. I didn't get any sleep. That's why I'm tired. I tried to get some sleep. It didn't happen. So then she got uppity with me, and that started an entire thing that lasted for weeks. Then when the store manager finally got involved and I explained the entire, I said, this is what happened. I explained the situation that I did not get any sleep. I said, we have neighbors that are a pain in the ass. I can't get any sleep. So I told her, I could not get any sleep. I said, that's why I was yawning. I said, you try living next to them. I said, all they do is scream, holler, and yell. Then they'll get in the car and they'll start blowing the horn at one another, screaming, hollering, and yelling. So that's all they did. Oh. Then she finally understood. It's like, okay, so I said, it's not my fault. But yeah, that was bad. And like I said, that went on for weeks. And it was like a pain in the ass for me because that brought like some tension between my supervisor and I. She already hated me to begin with. That just added on to it. Like that was like 1 year. Then the other year, the supervisor I had at that time, he was uppity because the new people were screwing up and I was getting blamed for it. Like it was my fault. Because there was one time, it was a Friday going into a Saturday, and he's like, I told you not to just throw this stuff over here. I told you to organize this. And he's yelling at me about it. I wasn't even the one putting boxes over there. That was the other two employees, not me. And he goes, I want to get home and see my goddamn kid today. I guess that's not going to fucking happen, is it? And he's just yelling at me about it. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. And the one even looked at me like, we just got you in a crap ton of trouble. I said, yeah, thanks a lot. But, oh, yeah. No, if you don't have to deal with that stuff where you live, consider yourself lucky. I don't mind peace and quiet. I like it. I just don't like being alone with my thoughts all the time. Like every night I am alone with my thoughts and it bothers the hell out of me. Like I would not mind having somebody like in my room with me at night that I can talk with, somebody I can bounce ideas off of, somebody that I know, hey, I'm here, you're here. I just have somebody to talk to at night. But most of the time, I'm by myself and I bounce, like my thoughts are stuck with me and I'm listening to my thoughts all the time. So it gets annoying. Hi, Jumpluff. How you doing? Sorry to hear about that. I had an uncle that died of pancreatic cancer. What goes on around my neighborhood? I have a business. So the apartment building is right here next to us. Across from them, like literally across the street, there's a carpet place, and they yell and scream and holler and everything else. Like every day, we get the fire company right across from us. So that's fun, especially when you have like last Sunday. Last Sunday we had the oh god, we had the neighbor, the one member of the fire company brought the truck out and was blaring the horn and blaring the siren and everything else, and they weren't going anywhere. He just pulled it out, had it parked outside, and was doing that while holding his kid in his lap in the driver's seat, then tried to flip the truck when he went for a little joyride. So yeah, that was fun. Let's see. My day was good. I got a rolling pin that my mom and I finally needed for our pizza that we make on every Friday. Make homemade pizza. I got a little blender that I'm kind of debating running down quick to the local store and getting some ice cream tomorrow so I can make myself a little milkshake. Because I really, really want a milkshake. Like, I really want a milkshake. And I didn't get any ice cream today. Pretty much just played with the two little kittens that we have now, trying to tire them out so they'll sleep. So that was fun, but it's been pretty much my day. Dull and boring. Though yesterday I actually got McDonald's for the first time in months. Oh god, actually I can answer this. The last time my mom and I had McDonald's would have been in August of last year. And that was because we were coming back from visiting my uncle in the hospital and he was dying of pancreatic cancer. We went in to visit him and I'd stop off and get a lock for our front door. And I'm like, hey, I'm hungry. I have $20 left in my pocket. Let's stop at McDonald's, get something for lunch instead of going home making something. And we did. And this is the first time that we'd had McDonald's since. And I vow that if I ever do this idea again, because I usually try to buy lunch on a Friday when I go grocery shopping, like I will come home with lunch, either like a sandwich from the convenience store or something that we can quick make, like a Hot Pockets or something. But I looked at my mom. I said, if I'm ever doing this again, I'm going to the different McDonald's and I'm going through the drive-thru. What mysteries did I learn about as a teen and as a kid? Honestly, not much of anything. When I was a teenager, I was mostly just trying to... Did you ever see the movie The Art of Getting By? I was basically just trying to fly under the radar of everybody when I was a teenager. Because I had teachers that were uppity because that brings up that's a fun story in itself. But I had teachers and a guidance counselor that were on my ass about everything. A guidance counselor that was like, I'm never going to amount to anything. I need to start doing this, this, and this. My grades are failing. So when I was a teenager, I tried my damnedest to just keep to myself and just not interact, like fly as low under the radar as I could to not even be picked up by them. Free Gunna, I guess. Yeah, I'll be nice. Why not? But yeah, when I was a teenager, I kind of just like flew under the radar, like as far under the radar as I could. And I was just like, yeah, I had no choice. I was like, as far under the radar as I could go when I was a teenager. But that entire issue, though, is I had like teachers that were uppity. You're welcome. I had a teacher in 10th grade that he literally went and complained to the guidance counselor a crap ton of times. So we had an issue. This issue is one that everybody in this neighborhood that was here when I went to high school remembers. We had a neighbor at the apartment building over here that was so paranoid that their precious car was going to get stolen that they put a new car alarm on it. This thing was so sensitive, and I'm not even joking about this. This thing was so sensitive that if a cat or a dog or a squirrel so much as brushed against the tire of the car, it went off. This neighbor could have cared less. Put earplugs in his ears at night so that he would not hear the alarm going off because he said that there was too much noise in the neighborhood. So he wore earplugs. I do not know what BLM is. So like he had earplugs in, and all of a sudden it was like he wasn't hearing the sound of the alarm going off. Every night this was going off, and it started at like 10 o'clock at night, and it went till about 3 o'clock in the morning. And this thing was loud. Like we're talking foghorn loud here. Like you ever hear like the sound of abandoned ship siren? It was 10 times louder than that. The neighbors complained. The police were called. He swore there was nothing wrong. He didn't hear his alarm going off, but was trying to figure out why his car battery was always dead in the morning. He figured that one of the neighborhood kids was screwing with him. Needless to say, nobody was getting any sleep in the neighborhood. So I had to be at school. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the KKK. That one I will agree on. Okay, it's Black Lives Matter. Okay. Yeah, see, I never saw it just said BLM. I always saw it as like the capital BLM. Oh yeah. So finally, like this was going on for weeks, and I'm going to school. My mom could come home and take and sleep. Like my mom could come home and she could go to sleep for a couple hours before she had to go to work after dropping me off. I couldn't. I had to go to school. And my one who's been my 6th period teacher was math. He was getting concerned because I'm staying up super late at night. He's thinking that I'm doing something illegal, like I'm doing meth or I'm doing some type of a drug or I'm trying my damnedest to study really hard and I'm not succeeding. So he went and complained to the guidance counselor, who then calls my mom and cries to her. To which my mom goes, "None of us are getting any sleep up here." And I don't crank anything. I really don't. I don't crank anything. But it's like none of us were getting any sleep up here. So, I mean, I like 90s music to a point, but I'm more of like a 70s, 80s person. But so none of us were getting any sleep. Like none of us were. And my mom came right out and told her this. So finally, we're at what had to be week 2. Interesting. But yeah, so like we're getting on to like week 2 of this. Finally, it was like a Monday or a Tuesday night. It's like I'm laying in my bed in my room, which is up on the upper floor yet, and I'm like, I look at my clock and I'm counting down. I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ba, 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 wah, wah, ba, 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 wah, 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 wah. So finally, I wasn't the only. I'll explain again. I'll give a quick recap. So I wasn't the only one that was complaining about this. Like all the neighbors were. So finally, one of the neighbors, I think it was actually one of the other apartment dwellers, just got so pissed off and fed up with this, went out, and it was like within 10 minutes, all of a sudden, like you hear the sound of a crowbar opening up a hood. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're hearing, wah, 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 and it went quiet. You hear this thunderous roar and cheers. And my mom and I leave the next morning for school. I'm looking out, we're standing out there, we're looking. The car, you could see it from the front of we see it out right by our mailbox. You could see it's like sitting on the roof of the car was a couple pieces from what we assumed was the car alarm that was now pulled out and put up top there, and the noise was brought to an end. So the story, for those of you that lost track, I flew under the radar so much in high school, but the one thing that definitely why I flew under the radar of it was I had a guidance counselor from hell because she tried her best to concern herself with me. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. So, like, I had a guidance counselor from hell. I had a math teacher in 10th grade that decided, oh, I'm going to cry to the guidance counselor every time. And because I was asleep most of the time, like I was falling asleep in his class, he was getting concerned that I was up late at night doing drugs or something. Like, yeah. It's okay. I have bad network connection too, so it's perfectly fine. The best part is you can rewatch the stream. You can replay it. Like if you know about what point you came in, you can replay it. I'm like at an hour, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. So you just backtrack up a little bit. But yeah, finally, like my mom's explaining this to the guidance counselor. Just after the stream ends, all you have to do is just go back to my channel. You go under the stream category, like the live category. This would be the longer one for the worst podcast ever, episode 14. There's a shorter one that was only like 7 minutes, but that was because I accidentally pushed the button that ended it by accident. And just click on that one or tap on it. It'll start up. Then just move the timer, like the little red dot. Just move it over. Like I said, it's been an hour, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Just back up maybe 10, 15 minutes and you'll catch the whole story. I stream every Saturday. I stream every Saturday. Yeah, this is a weekly stream. Like I stream every Saturday. We're up to episode 14 of the worst podcast ever. Still love that name. I still love that name. The worst podcast ever. I love that name. But yeah, like I said, you can pull up the old ones too. They're all on my channel, right under the live section. Yeah, I don't mind AI, Chuck. I don't mind AI. Yeah, Wednesdays, unfortunately, like I said, my work schedule varies. I could end up having like a morning shift or I could have an evening shift. And this week I have an evening shift. But like I said, you can pull, like, you just go to the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel, click or tap on the live section. It'll pull up like all the live videos, and there's a whole bunch on there. You can just rewatch them like a regular video then. There's a whole bunch. Chuck, here's a question for you. So you want to do streaming? What are you going to be doing? Like, what are you going to be doing? Like it on? Are you going to be doing like Twitch or OBS or what? No. So the reason so for everybody watching, the reason why I'm kind of pixelated, I wish I was a video game, but I'm not. The reason why my stuff seems pixelated, my upload speed is not the world's greatest. I get like maybe 0.08 megabits per second or Mbps, and that's the best I can do. So it's gonna look a little grainy. It's gonna look pixelated. It's probably coming in like 144p or 144 pixels at a time. It's the best I can do. But yeah, I wish I was a video game, but no, I'm not a video game. Cool. If you're gonna do both stream Twitch and YouTube, I would use like either Streamlabs or OBS. Because right now I'm just using YouTube's live feature. I want to try to do OBS to try to do it a little better, because then I can like actually pull up like web pages and stuff at the same time. But I would definitely try OBS. Yeah, I would. Yeah, like I said, I would use either Streamlabs or OBS. I don't mind if they want to ship Daphne and Velma. Go for it. It's the 21st century. Go for it. 21st century. Go for it. Still amazed I can do this yet. Live long and prosper. Oh. Ow. 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 Oh. Yep. Live long and prosper. I think the weird thing is that I can do it on both hands. So I know the right one is live. I don't know if there's like a different meaning for the left, if it's the same for both. I mean, I know this symbol. I don't know. Let me try to. I don't know. Hold on. Let me check. No, I don't think I have that button on me. No, I'm not an alien. I can just do this. Well, when I was a kid, my uncle took me to go see Star Trek First Contact. I was like in 5th grade. And I was on a Sunday, because every Sunday we went to the movies together. I like the next day, I'm doing this so that I could do the Vulcan thing. Because I saw it in the movie, he could do it. I'm like, how did he do? So I just like was doing this the next day, and now I can do that. Well, it brings up an interesting question. Like years ago, everybody was fascinated with that group of people that wanted to make that raid, that run on Area 51. They're like, we're gonna anime run this like Naruto. And there was a lady on Twitter. She goes, "I hope the aliens are the probing kind." And I was like, and I was like, one time we probe a human being, one time, and you never got to live it. I mean, yes, maybe they are the probing kind. She goes, "Are you an alien?" No. It's like, no. I think aliens exist. I kind of feel like they don't want to bother with us because we're not advanced enough to reach them, so they don't care. Sort of like the Vulcans from Star Trek. They are not interested in us until they believe that we have finally achieved warp. And it's like, oh, now we can integrate them. Time to go. Yeah. So we haven't gotten to that point yet. Anime is an art style from Japanese. It's a Japanese cartoon style of animation. No, it's not a gang type of action. Basically, the people that were wanting to do that Area 51 run were because everybody was telling them, you do realize that there's like armed guards. You're not going to get anywhere near there. You're going to get arrested. And they're like, oh, we're just going to Naruto run it. So they were going to like run like Naruto with their arms back like this and running full speed. And people were telling them it's never going to work. But no, it's not a gang type of action. Trust me. It's not. It's an art style basically. It's just anime. It's animation, but it's a Japanese form of animation. It's really good, actually. I don't have a picture around here, do I? It's like this. It's like this is Pikachu. So Pikachu is basically an anime character. That's all it basically is. Oh, I have a lot. Unfortunately, I have way too many to just name one. Like, I'm a fan of obscure series like Manhui Kensho, Aiken, Ride Back, Eden of the East. I'm a fan of some mainstream ones like One Piece, Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia. Then there's some cult classics like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho. There's a lot that I'm a fan of. Some mech series like Gundam. Yeah. Yeah, I try to. Um, I know I have like I know in Japan they have, and this is the really interesting thing, they do have visual game novels. It's basically like a visual novel, but it's played like a game. Though sadly a majority of those are adult based, but they do like there are some anime and manga versions that aren't bad. But yeah, I do play video games like that. They're fun. I'm not gonna lie about that. They are fun. But I mean, I do like video games. Like I play Golden Sun: The Lost Age, and Dark Dawn. I play Custom Robo. I play Pokemon. I know what Valorant is. I don't play it, but I do know what it is. Yeah, I know what Valorant is. The thing is, I don't play a lot of the newer games because they don't have the ability to do it. But I do play video games. I just don't play a lot of the newer ones. Well, that's good. If he's in the top 200, that is good. Can I meow? Yes, I can. Meow. Meow. Oh, you're welcome. By the way, welcome to the show. I pretty much have been meowing all week. We got two kittens. I'm trying to get their attention so they don't crawl under the couch. I mean, they're really cute kittens too. I will check him out. Like one of the neighborhood cats is out again. And of course, the weird, in case you're seeing like the little light over here in the corner. Yeah, that's the neighbor's little light. My day's been good. I got a rolling pin, a little mixture that I'm definitely now going to be running down. I'll take an extra 20 out to get gas in later, but I'm definitely going to be going down and getting some ice cream tomorrow so I can have some ice cream. I want to make a milkshake. Like I want to make a milkshake. I'm hungry for a milkshake. I want a milkshake. I want a milkshake. So freaking bad right now. I want a milkshake. I'm gonna make one. I want a milkshake so bad. But yeah, my day's been pretty good. I picked up a little blender, a rolling pin, a couple things we needed for the kittens, and just that was it. Yes, I can shake. I'm not going to, but I can. I can. I don't know what the thug shake is, so I probably can't. I need proof. You need proof that I can shake. There. I shook. Yeah, I don't know what a thug shake is, so. Don't know what a thug shake is, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm wearing a pink shirt. Sorry about that. Like I said, my connection's not the world's greatest, unfortunately, but I do what I can. Yeah, I like kittens too, Chuck. It's just that I wasn't expecting to have two of them dropped off at our front door. Like I really wasn't expecting two of them to be dropped off at our front door. I haven't followed them yet. I'm still doing this. I haven't gotten a chance to. You're welcome. I'm actually taking Japanese with Duolingo. I have not learned how to say you're welcome yet. Yeah, I don't have Twitch set up on my laptop, so I really can't do anything yet. Yeah, I play Candy Crush, unfortunately. That little sugary pixie's been on my back a lot. But yeah, learning Japanese has been a lot of fun. Like I know some of the phrases, but yeah. A a pixie's like a fairy, but it's a little more annoying. Um, in this case, I call her the little candy pixie because she's always like really upset if you fail the level, and she's really excited if you don't, like if you succeed. It's like she's on a sugar high, and not in a good way. My pronouns are she, her. It's not that type of a toy, no. And I'm not going to try to get blocked by YouTube. So, no. Yes, I am sure. I don't know if it's real or not, Common. I'll have to check that out. I mean, I wanted to look that up after you had said something the last time. I just never got a chance to look it up. Well, there's stuff on a Reddit board. There is a YouTube video that was released about 6 days ago. And one that was dropped about a week ago. So I'm guessing it's real. Yeah, I don't know a lot of Japanese. I'm still learning. I know ka. It's about out of that entire thing. I know about ka. That's about it. But I'm still learning from Duolingo. I'm only up to like I think it's like section 5. That's all I'm up to. Just barely enough to survive. Duolingo is an app that you can learn different languages like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, Japanese, Chinese, stuff like that. I'm using it to learn Japanese right now. I'm not repping a gang. It's an app that you can use to learn different languages. I'll try to figure out what you just said. Watashi wa. Watashi wa saruka. I know desu would be is, and some of the other things like that. Wa is usually used for is too. Okay, again, I am still learning Japanese. Like, I don't know enough yet to have a conversation. What annoys me is that they started teaching you food and not directions or questions. I know a little German from listening to my I like monkeys too. I know a little German from listening to my grandfather yell quite a few times, but don't ask me to speak a word of it. Yeah, like I cannot speak a word of German, but I've heard German. As far as French, I couldn't say a word of French to save my life. Except for maybe the Dexter's Lab episode where he got stuck saying omelette du fromage the entire episode. That's like the only French I know. Yeah, my well, he didn't speak it. It was more like Pennsylvania Dutch, but the problem is that when he got really, really pissed off, it was not Pennsylvania Dutch at that point. He was just yelling in German because his parents were pure German. He would yell in German. I hope your grandfather was a nice person, that you're like him. I am trying not to be like my grandfather. The stubbornness of my family ends with me. It ends wholeheartedly with me. Because I am not stubborn. And I will not ever be like them. But yeah, because that's the sad thing. I couldn't even take like a foreign language in school. And the only two that were ever offered in my high school were Spanish and German. That was it. And I wasn't allowed to take either of them because I had an independent education program. What's your grandson's Twitch? And I'll gladly shout it out. I did not get a chance to. Seba FFN. Okay. I know one phrase of Russian, and it's from a movie. I did have a teacher in high school that was like half Russian, and I said that the one day to him, and he actually looked at me confused. Sure, you can tell me a joke, provided it's not going to be one that YouTube's going to Sebafin. Okay. Sebafin. Okay. Sebafin. I hope I'm saying it right. If a dinosaur were to eat a banana, what would happen? Seb FNN. Okay, I don't get the joke. If a dinosaur were to eat a banana, what would happen? Pencil case? I don't get it. All right, well, here's a good joke. This is actually one of my favorites. I use this sometimes to answer questions. If I don't have the answer, I just want to be sarcastic. So, what do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? Seb FFN or FNN. Ow. You're welcome. So, what do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? Elephino. Yeah, what do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? Elephino. But yeah, I had a teacher. He was like my history teacher in high school. He was half Russian, and the only Russian I know is Dos Vidanya, comrade. That's literally the only Russian I know. And when I said that the one day, he just kind of froze and was like, "Do you know what you just said?" No. Back. Yeah, if I know. What, crack my back? I can, but I don't have to. But I can. You're welcome. Mostly English, unfortunately. I'm learning Japanese so I can better watch anime and the Super Sentai series that I like watching. But unfortunately, I'm still learning it, so I'm not good enough to watch them raw. I have to watch it with subtitles to try to learn a little more. Like I know what baka means in Japanese, it's idiot. Uh but yeah. I work at a deli at a grocery store and I don't like it. Actually a job I'm trying to get out of. So yeah. I have a couple. Project Boobs is one of my favorites. Um, it's like top of my favorites actually is that one. There's a few other ones, but that's one of my favorites. Believe it or not, I actually all right. So this is a funny story from high school. So I had a gym teacher that also he wasn't the official health teacher, but he was the substitute health teacher. So if the regular health teacher was out for the day, he would sub in. And he could not say certain words in mixed company because I had him for weight lifting, weight training in high school, and he's explaining the dumbbell to us. He goes, "So bring it down to about here." Goes, to try to give you an idea of how far down you have to go. He's like, try to take it to like when you're laying on your back, take it to your nipples, and he's trying to come up with a different word. He goes, "I can't say certain words in mixed company," and there was because our gym classes was two genders and he could not say certain words like yeah. I have no advice when it comes to that. Believe it or not, I did not have that many friends when I was growing up. I did not get my first really good friend until I was in middle school, and he's still my best friend yet today. I just barely managed to keep my one friend. At least I hope I still have her after I told her how I felt about her. So, yeah, I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of people that I talk with. Only thing I can say is just be yourself. I know I am very friendly and social. The problem is people see me, they instantly think I'm horrifying or I'm terrifying or I'm scary, and I'm not. I'm actually a very nice person when you get to know me. Yeah, I did not have many friends growing up. When I was in elementary school, I was picked on by my class relentlessly. And I mean it. I was picked on relentlessly in school. Yep, but I ended up getting my first real friend. I was in middle school, and he's still my friend today. I was picked on because I was really tall. A lot of the parents were afraid I was going to hurt their kids. Like I wouldn't know my own strength. I wouldn't be able to control my own strength. And they were terrified their kids were going to be hurt. And the hatred that the parents just had towards me leached onto their kids, and their kids were like, "Oh, I got to stay away from that kid because my mom and dad say that they're bad for me." I am 6 foot 1 inch tall, believe it or not. Meow. No, I can actually do a lot of different impersonations. I can do a lot of different sounds. Like I'm really good at that, but I haven't been able. I want to try to like do voice acting, but I can't. Like I don't know where to go for that to even try. But I can do a lot of different voices. I actually can't bark. That I can't do, unfortunately. I'm not able to bark. Well, I was like 6'2", 6'3", so I actually did lose a couple inches, but I was just picked on relentlessly. Because you have to realize it was like I was in kindergarten and I was the tallest kid in my class, and the parents were just terrified of that. Believe it or not, Chuck, I was actually thinking about that earlier today. I do miss doing that podcast. It was the absolutely completely random podcast. It was the um ACR podcast. And yes, I do miss doing that. I thought about starting it back up, then I'm like, no, because that ran its course. I haven't touched it in a long time. If I do another one, I'll be like a fond farewell one, like looking back on all the fun stuff. But as I hadn't touched it in weeks after I recorded the last one for it, I was like, I really don't want to jump back into it. So I do the worst podcast ever now. I think just start fresh, start new. But yes, I actually was thinking about that earlier. I do miss that. I would say go see a doctor. I am not a doctor. Okay. Well, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta do my Japanese lesson for tonight, and I got a couple other things I gotta do before I go to bed. Like get some exercise in and check on the kitties. So, all right, I'm heading. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Have a great one. I have to. I have to get going. I got some stuff I gotta do. But like I say, you just pull it up. You can pull up the podcast. You can pull up the live streams. They're archived after they're done. Hey. I have to get going. I gotta do my Japanese lesson yet. I gotta go check on the kittens yet. Give me 10 minutes. Okay, that's a good one, but yeah, I gotta go. Thanks everybody though for being here, and I will catch you all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.